Well, hello, everybody out there.
y'all.
Welcome to or back to the Cookout Chronicles.
It's your favorite cousins on your mama's side. I'm Zaria.
And I'm Lamont, and welcome to another one. Little do y'all know, we messed up on the intro again.
Certainly did. And I said go ahead and start that over. We could not keep that one.
But here we are. We're back with another episode. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I forgot to say that last time. But anyway, yeah. Hey, guys. Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, housekeeping. Duh.
Well, yes.
Quick little thing, quick little minor detail. If you guys want to keep up with us, we do have socials. Make sure to follow us on all there. Our Cookout Chronicles Pod. And me and Zaria's socials are also in our description boxes, so you can follow us there.
Oh, yes.
Follow me on TikTok, especially. I'm on my road to 10K.
Okay.
But yeah, follow us there. We also have a submission link in our description boxes as well. Anything that you want me and your favorite cousins to know, any topics you want to hear discuss, anything, it can be kept anonymous as well if you like. Put that stuff in there. I checked it yesterday and there's 0, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm going to say it's a good thing because we're discussing everything they want to hear, right? So, yeah, don't forget about that. Like I said, you can make it anonymous. So, yeah. I think that's it. Yeah. What's going on, Zaria? How you been, girl?
I've been good. It's been a long week.
We say that every Sunday.
I know, but we work. We
do work.
Full-time employees.
We do work.
We tired. I do have some injuries. Not real injuries.
I was like, what?
Yeah, yesterday. Tell me why.
So we're keeping secrets, okay?
Tell me why I fell off the porch last.
Oh. Were you intoxicated?
No. Well, not.
Maybe. Well, sort of, kind of.
Well, I was on my way. But no. My dad needed to switch him and my mom's cars in the driveway. And why did he elect me to do that with him? So I kind of had a little stank attitude. Should I have had an attitude? No. But here we are.
Right.
So I'm walking outside all fast. I take one step off of the porch. My ankle twists. Here I am on the ground like this.
Oh, my God.
Just laughing in silence. And then I'm hurt. My knee is hurt. I was like, there's no way I'm on this ground right now. And all I could do was chuckle it up because there's no way.
You got to laugh about it.
And then my dad come outside talking about, Zaria? Please. This is not an emergency.
Give me a second.
I said, I'm okay. Like, please don't make this a thing. He was like, I heard something, but I just knew you didn't fall.
No.
Here I am.
Right, on the ground.
Okay, on the ground, on the concrete, actually.
So did you hurt your knees or something?
Yeah, my knees was a little scraped, but we all right today, baby.
Okay, we good.
And then I fell at work today. Baby, and that was embarrassing. I fell out of a chair at work today.
How did you fall? Elaborate.
Okay, listen.
Fall out of a chair.
When you work with 1-year-olds, you have to be quick on your feet.
Okay.
We eat lunch, and one of my babies takes another one of my babies' plate and is about to dump it on the ground. So I'm trying to get her as quick as possible. Mind you, we don't have teacher chairs. So I'm in this little bitty wooden chair, and I sit up to grab the plate out of her hand. Baby, that chair slipped right off from under me. And in my head, it was happening in slow motion. Like, I felt the chair falling, but there was no way I could recover.
Oh, my God.
And then all of a sudden, I'm on the ground.
Again.
Looking
for
crazy.
The second time this week.
Yes, and the baby just... I was like, y'all, please stop.
So you didn't want to help me?
Like, nobody could... And then the lady that works with me, like my coworker, because there's 2 of us in the classroom, she just bust out laughing. So nobody's going to come get me up off the floor?
Check if I'm okay.
Like, mind you, I was laughing, but still, I needed somebody to be devastated. I needed somebody to be. No! I needed somebody to come give me a. So yeah, it's been
a week.
Okay,
that seems to be the common theme around here. But as far as me, so that seemed like the highlight of your week, basically.
Falling, but guess what? I got back up.
Absolutely, as we do.
As we do.
My week, honestly, nothing eventful. For real, I do feel a little under the weather. So if I sound, I don't think I sound bad, but if I do sound nasally, that's why. Allergy season is upon us.
Well, yes,
the flowers are blooming. I have a huge tree outside of my house. It's disgusting. It smells awful. But other than that, yeah, it was a quick week. If I'm being completely honest, it went by very fast. Yeah. So the highlight of my week is allergy season.
Sorry. We wish we led more exciting lives.
No, literally. Maybe if I didn't work.
Once these trips come.
Oh, yeah.
Once these trips come, we'll have something to tell y'all.
Especially when summer rolls around, too. Because we'll be going out more, and that's kind of when our group kind of like gets together to film the imaginary show that's in our minds,
we'll have club recaps, outing recaps, trip recaps. We'll have it all.
Yes, for sure. Should I talk about this? Why not? I've also, y'all, don't shoot y'all cousin, but I did re-download a dating app or two.
Oh God!
I just like to see who out there every once in a while.
Who's there?
Yeah,
who's on the scene?
Honestly, same folk.
Nobody different.
Same people. So I've opened
and they ain't got nothing to say.
I've opened up back to like dating and seeing people again. So I'm sure I'll have some stories to tell throughout that journey. So nothing serious. Like I said, I'm just looking to see who's out here. I don't plan on being in Wichita for more than like another year and a half anyway.
Absolutely.
So we're just seeing. You never know. We'll see what comes from it. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Other than that, that's really it with me.
Yeah.
So let's get into it, y'all.
y'all.
The first thing that we're going to touch on is the stuff that we didn't know about last week. So we don't want to be those podcasters that I was like, oh, well, we heard about this,
and that's it.
But we don't know any information. No level besides basic level thinking is happening. But I did look up some more information about our good girl, Baton Girl. Oh, wait. Drink of the week. I'm so sorry, y'all. Today, before we get into it, today is not an energy drink. It's actually a hard seltzer. It is the Vista Bay Watermelon Lemonade Hard Seltzer. I get these at Aldi. They're very cute, very skinny. They kind of taste like the Truly Hard lemon. Look at me, the Truly Hard lemonades. They are very good, and since I got them at Aldi, I think they are healthier for me. I don't think that's true, but I'm drinking it, so that's the drink of the week. And cheers to that. Let me take a sip real quick.
All right, there is something in my cup. We won't mention it.
Oh. Well, so that's the drink of the week, y'all. Okay, yeah, so back to Baton Girl. So, one of our friends, shout out to you, Bobby, while she was listening to last week's episode, she had told us in our group chat that the girl who got hit, her mother, is actually filing, what's it called? Not filing for battery. That's not it. She's charging her with
battery charges.
There you go.
That's what it is. She's filing battery charges against
I already told you how I feel.
I was trying to let him get it out, but here we are.
My brain is not all the way there.
And that's all right.
But yeah, so I do have the article. Let me pull it up on my phone real quick.
Yes. Get to it.
I just got a DM. Hey, do I know you?
Oh.
Girl, no.
No.
My name Tina, and if anyone asking you, show ain't seen her. All right. Sorry, it's quiet, y'all.
It's all right.
I had it pulled up. You didn't lose us, I promise y'all. I'm just trying to get the article pulled back up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so yeah, she's. You know what? We're just gonna move right along.
All right.
Yeah, so battery charge has been filed. And I got a little more information about like why, because I was confused on why they were like merging over. So apparently they were in the 4x2 and they were trying to merge into like the same lane, and they were the fourth leg. And I believe this is the dad saying this. So as the girls were crossing the track because Everett cut her off, and they tried to merge into one lane, and they were bumping arms as they rounded the curve. So there was already a little bit of.
So they was tussling.
Yeah.
That kind of adds to it.
Mm-hmm. They was jockeying for position a little bit, and this was the state track meet too. So this was like a big deal, which I figured around this time. Yeah. For high school at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else did I read? Let me go back. So that adds a little bit of layer to it. What else is in here? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then they said that they didn't. Of course, she didn't check on the girl, which we already knew that.
We saw that, but she kept on going.
But they said even after the race, didn't even go to check on her.
And then you got the nerve to sit up on the news. Like, it
was an accident. I lost my balance when I bumped my arms again. She got hit.
I'm sorry. There's nothing. There's no type of losing of the balance that will make you bunk somebody on the head like that. Nothing.
And then something said that when she was finished, her coach told her that one other team had declined an offer to rerun race. Well, let's phone a friend. No, I'm kidding. We're not calling Duran again today. But yeah, I thought I'd add that because I think that adds a little bit of that adds some layers to it. So, so thank you, Bobby, for letting us know that because that's what I was asking. I was like, I'm filing charges.
Absolutely, I'm filing charges.
What? And it's like highly publicized on social media and everywhere. Like,
and as a parent,
can I see the footage of you doing wrong? Like,
sorry, I don't play about mine, baby. You got to go ahead and go. You got to go. That thing is metal.
Huh?
The baton.
Oh, the baton. Yes.
Yeah, that thing is metal.
She picked up her cup, y'all, and I thought she said the cup was metal. I was like, what?
No, the baton is metal, and
y'all
have to understand one thing about science. I could be wrong, but when you're like going at a higher rate of speed, the impact is much harder.
Yeah.
So you're running fast as heck, and then you bunk that girl on the head with that on purpose. Like, yes, you intentionally hurt her, and you were trying to hurt her a lot worse than what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
Mm-hmm. So then, moving into the astronauts recap. So I did some information about that too, because y'all know I was curious. So, they said that the astronauts were stuck in space because of technical issues with the Boeing Starliner spacecraft, including helium leaks and thruster problems. I don't know what any of that means, but it doesn't sound safe. So they said that with that stuff going on with the new ship, that it made it unsafe for them to return to Earth on the initial mission. Because I guess they're supposed to just go up, test it, see how it worked, and then go to the International Space Station.
Yeah.
And they said, nah, baby, this ain't working. Y'all gonna have to stay up there for a little bit. So
that makes me wonder, how many times was this tested? You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that things happen,
Right.
But how many times? Because you sending people up into space, I feel like you would have to test and test and test and test to make sure that the trip is a safe one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wonder if this was just like a freak accident, if there were conditions in space that made these things happen, or
honestly, probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Like, like I don't know nothing about going up in space, but I wasn't doing that much research.
Right.
But like we said last week, a documentary will be out.
Documentary will definitely be out.
And then that's how we'll get all of the details, and we will recap it on the show.
Because I feel like if there was like mechanical issues or like issues with the ship itself, somebody's gonna have to answer to that.
Right.
Somebody's definitely gonna have to answer to that and be like, so this is what happened. I'm sure there was an investigation launched, which will probably be expressed in the documentary that will probably be dropped very soon.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is just saying like safety concerns, technical issues, delay return. So, I think it was a pretty routine, but I think they said this was like a new Boeing type of spacecraft.
Okay.
So that probably could have been why, too. Didn't know Boeing made spacecrafts, but here we are. Every day's a school day. Graduated college in May, and every day's a school day. Oh, bars. Nikki, get me in the writer's room. ASAP. ASAPington.
ASAPington is kind of crazy when you think about it.
ASAP, no Ferg, no Rocky.
Ington.
All right. So moving right along, we are
moving.
We are moving. Because I feel like, I don't know, this week has just been kind of like...
Yeah. It's been one of those weeks. Ain't nothing going on.
Not a lot of news. March Madness is going on.
March Madness
That's
is
fun.
going on.
That's fun. I had a bracket thing right here. It was my dad's. I'm assuming he got it at work. But it got moved to across the set. So
who are y'all going for? As far as the girls,
right?
Don Staley. Keep doing what you're doing. That's all I have to say. Keep doing what you're doing.
I don't know. I don't know why I'm so out of the loop this year. Like, even if I don't like. In previous years, I wouldn't like sit down and watch every single game. Obviously, that's impossible. But I would still like keep up with it and like do like a little bracket. But this year, I feel like so out of the loop. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm out of like the whole college atmosphere. Maybe like I'm not around like sports as much anymore. I don't know.
I know Duke's men beat Arkansas last night. It was a pretty rough one.
Oh.
Ole Miss and Michigan State are playing right now. Kind of have a little battle going on with that one.
Oh God!
If you don't know, my parents went to Ole Miss. Yep. Okay, they met at Ole Miss. If there was no Ole Miss, there was no me. So I kind of have to go for Ole Miss.
Well, yes.
So, as far as I know, Ole Miss women and men are still in it. Okay. I don't know what the score is right now, but I'm hoping that the men pulled it out.
Yeah. So, okay. Period. Yeah, let us know who y'all are going for. If y'all are into the whole March Madness thing. I also feel like, I don't know, like the promotion for it has been, I mean, besides what happened in Wichita, because the first round was here in town. It was like a whole thing downtown. I know we got like a good little economic boost. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, that's going on. But other than that, like pop culture, any new music today? Oh, we got a not new Ariana Grande album, but her deluxe came out for Eternal Sunshine, which came out May of last year. Yeah, no, March of last year. Mm-hmm. So that came out, but yeah, nothing's really been popping off. On.
We are going to get more into like politics and stuff and more serious topics, but you know, we don't want to be serious all the time.
We gotta ease. Yeah, we gotta ease into that
because I know me, and I know him. We're not saying.
I'm gonna be sitting in the chair sweating.
Y'all think y'all ain't gonna be able to use headphones when we really get into this? Yeah, I'm gonna be getting this mic like this.
I never suggest listening to headphones with us
because we're loud either way it goes, especially when we get like passionate or excited about something. So politics, the current administration, all of that stuff, like really important current events. I guess we will get into that. So if you are wanting to listen to this show because you know you're interested in that, and especially stuff that affects our community itself. So yes, we are going to get into that, but we kind of wanted to ease y'all into that. We kind of wanted to be the fun girlies for a second.
Right.
There's a reason why we have favorite cousins on your mama's side.
Right.
So, yeah.
And we have to cook out. Do y'all be talking about politics when you have to cook out with your cousins?
Because I know when you on that space table, I don't want to hear that.
Right, yeah. And that's why, what I was going to add, we want to, like, not talk surface level, but we want to get into it a little, like, in moderation. That's the word I'm looking for. Because this is supposed to be, like, yes, a safe place and very informative. So we need to let people know, like, hey, this is what's going on, and give our opinions on it. Probably unwanted opinions, but our opinions nonetheless. But yeah, we just don't want everything to be so heavy because this is our escape, like for us too, to like kind of get away from all that because it's a lot going on.
It is a lot
with the administration. We were just talking about how TikTok may go away too.
Yep.
Because I forgot we were on a 75-day probation.
I forgot too.
And
they haven't them few little 8 hours. Oh my God! I tried to go. Let me tell you something. I'm sorry. I tried to go to Instagram Reels for that.
Oh no,
baby! I was sad. I was like, oh my God!
It's so sad. This? Instagram in general is very sad and it's no. I tried Red Note. I was like, I don't know what anybody's talking about.
I didn't get Red Note. It got a cool 5 minutes about me. So yeah.
Yeah, and because I was telling Zari about this too, we edit the show on CapCut, like on my desktop, and I didn't know that the people that own TikTok also own CapCut until TikTok went away, and we were like, oh, well, damn.
What are we supposed to do?
Right, so it's a lot, but we always figure it out. We always do. So yeah, we'll get into that because I guess JD Vance, which is our vice president. He was right. Boo! Tomato. Throwing tomato.
Okay.
Throwing bricks. Actually, throwing bricks.
Okay.
I guess he was tasked to like negotiate and like make a deal, but it ain't gonna work. Like it's just there's too many layers to selling off a whole like social media platform. Like it's a lot more that goes into it that I don't know of. So yeah, once we get more information on that, of course we'll talk about it and stuff. But But yeah, pretty slow news week. We do have some more things to talk about, though. Oh my gosh, I forgot I wrote this down.
y'all.
Do you know this man and like who I'm talking about?
Okay, listen. So I started seeing videos of him on my TikTok. And you know what I did? Blocked.
Immediately.
I want to see that.
Oh, what was he doing?
These are loser-like qualities in my humblest opinion. Right. This is so stupid. Let's get into it. You tell
Okay. So his name is Ashton Hall, and he's this I don't even know. He's like an influencer. Like, I don't know what he does for work. Once again, no research has been done, but because I already have a lot to say, and I know a lot of people like on Twitter have had a lot, so that's what I was gonna like piggyback off of. But he has money. Any straight man with a Van Cleef bracelet tells me everything I need to know. But so what I want to discuss, if y'all probably know or do not know, he had made a like morning with me every day, like routine, whatever it was.
And he does this a lot.
Yes, he does. Yes. I did see that. It's like a daily routine, and he woke up at like 3:30 in the morning. What did he do? He woke up and
peeled some tape off his mouth.
Yes, the mouth tape and everything. He did like his skincare or whatever. And my favorite part of the video is when he goes out on the balcony and does like 4 push-ups.
And he squats. He does that.
He did the squat and somebody edited like red bottoms on him.
Because why would you do that squat and put your time step on it? Don't make me mad, for real.
Why would you tune it up like that?
Why would you? He said,
he was spread wide open, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. But so yeah, I don't even know where he lives. It looked like, I want to say Miami.
It's giving definitely Miami.
I think it's Miami. If not, correct us. But it was giving like metrosexual like behavior, which is crazy because back in the day, maybe even 10, 15 years ago, he would have been called all sorts of slurs on the internet. Now, like, straight men, this is what they love. Like, this is what they like to see, and they what's it called? They value, they look up to. It's so weird to me.
This is what I'm going to say about like the whole thing. Not only is it corny,
right?
It's very inauthentic. And of course, it's content. A lot of people make content that is inauthentic, which is my Twitter. I mean, not my Twitter. Well, my Twitter and my TikTok is very niche because I like authenticity. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I like if I'm gonna laugh, it's gonna be a genuinely gutty laugh.
And like people like actually being people.
People being people. Right. You know what I'm saying? That is not a life to me.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And I'm not here to judge anybody for how they live. If that is how you really live, that's how you really live. That's what you do. That's what you really do. But to me, it screams fake.
Oh, for sure.
He screams someone who really doesn't have the funds that he has. And he's really not the person that bothers me in the videos. He's not the person that bothers me. You know who bothers me?
Oh, God.
The freaking idiots. The idiot lady who decides that she wants to cook his meals and hand him the syrup bottle.
Not idiot lady.
I'm sorry, lady. I don't know your name because you don't even... Thank you. Don't make me mad, for real. Please, I'm begging you not to piss me off. I'm begging you not to piss me off. And then the stupid men that be... Oh, don't piss... Y'all, please... Y'all, please... Y'all, please
I didn't know you felt so passionate about this, really. Zaria.
No, seriously, because, okay, him doing it for clicks and views makes sense. But for you to be a background character in his bullshit, y'all, please do not make me mad. Like, you opening the door for him. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You're his friend. He didn't hire you.
It is so weird. Like, I wrote this down because when I was like first doing like, not influencing, that's a weird word for me, making videos, content creation, I'll call it that. I was doing like that type of stuff too. Now with my page, I've leaned into more like the comedic, like skit kind of stuff, which has been hitting better. That's more my personality. I'm not cute enough to do that, obviously.
Oh, please.
Just joking. Y'all know I look good. But anyway, So so I understand like having to like do things to like create like this certain like image about you. Like I get all that, but it's just so silly and it's so out of touch. And I just had puberty right there. Sorry, y'all. But I did want to also talk about my favorite part of one of his videos. I don't know which one it was, but I saw it. And it was him accidentally knocking over the bottle.
And the camera? Y'all, please. You see what I'm saying about pissing me off?
Are you from New York even?
Oh my God, why did
I say my
like
mother?
That? Oh my God, why would I say it like that?
Do you own a big black puffer jacket even?
Baby, I'm from the streets of Kansas.
But yeah, I thought that was so silly. Like, if you're going to try to stage an accident, don't put the camera where something that wasn't staged is supposed to... You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real.
You mean to tell me that
let's all be so serious.
You mean to tell me that you staged the falling of a freaking...
And didn't even do it right.
This is what I'm talking about when things feel just so inauthentic. Like, you changing your content to more comedic stuff.
Right.
It's not something that's inauthentic because you are genuinely funny. And we quote these sounds all the time. So that's us, you know?
Yeah.
We were just doing it before we started. Raise your Like, this is what we do. Like, so that is something real to you. And I feel like a lot of like lifestyle and like those type of content creators, they're trying to create an image, which is fine.
Right.
But I think people will respect you more and people will relate to you more if you're just real. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has the funds to do, like, to have the luxurious lifestyle. And if you do, then congratulations to you.
Right, and good for you. And nobody's trying to stop your bag. We need at least 10 million.
Exactly.
At least 10 million.
And what was he talking about? What was exactly?
You know what I think? I think like
to get into a suit jacket and dip your face in a bucket of ice water. Everybody, please don't piss me off. And you see what I'm talking about when it seems like it's just fake,
right?
When it seems like
it's too much. It's too much. Like, know? When you do stuff like that, you kind of have to. This is where I kind of understand it. You have to create like a certain aesthetic that people want to see. People get on YouTube. People get on TikTok, on Reels, and they want to look at stuff that kind of helps them escape, like you would watch like TV or something, right?
Exactly.
And with TikTok and everything now on the rise, our attention spans are so quick. Like we need like instant gratification. And he's should I say attractive man? I mean, me personally, I don't think so.
I don't think that's attractive, but somebody does.
He's like conventionally attractive. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like the stereotypical attractive, whatever. When you see him and you see like this aesthetic, you know, the video quality is 4K. You know, he lives in this high rise in Miami. He drives a freaking Mercedes or whatever he's driving.
Whatever he has.
It looks good. It looks pretty. And people want to like live vicariously through him.
Exactly.
So I get like trying to make the aesthetic and like making things look pretty, but you can do that and still be grounded in reality. We know you don't get up at 3:30 in the morning and dip your face in ice water 4 to 5 times a day.
We know you don't jump in the air at 7:30 and land in the pool at 7:40. Stop lying. Don't, for real.
That took me out.
Spending minutes in the air don't piss me off, for real. Everybody, please. Like, y'all, I'm telling you. And here's the thing about people. You know what I'm saying? Like, here we are talking about it on our podcast, right?
Right.
Here people are making videos on Twitter and on TikTok. We just don't know how to see stuff and keep it pushing. Like, I want y'all to stop giving this man the attention that he craves. Like,
and plus his head is already big. Like, that's why he does stuff like that. He already thinks he's already like on a pedestal. And now that everybody's like making fun of him for how silly he looks,
you're still giving him clicks and views.
And he went on social media and made like this whole like, it was like the typical like cliche, I'm a leader, people gonna follow me. And I'm just like, dude, we're
laughing at you.
Nobody's following you. You're satire at this point. And that's what I think. Like, do we think this is for this? Like, is this what he want, or is this man like just delusional? Because who lives their life like that?
I think it's both. I think he's one of those people, and this is, like I said, I use the key word there. Think. Right. I don't know this man.
Right.
I will never have a conversation with this man. I'm not interested.
Don't even know where he lives.
I don't know anything about him. So anything that I say is speculation. But I think he's one of those people who... Excuse me, sorry.
No, you good.
I think he's one of those people who is living above his means, or not even living, pretending to live above his means to create an image of himself, doing outlandish and ridiculous things to get somebody to talk about it, which is pretty much what social media is right now. A lot of people will do the most outlandish things. They don't care if it's going to make you mad. They don't care how silly it is. They don't care how degrading it is. They don't care how embarrassing it is. They don't care. A lot of people are just looking for 15 minutes of fame.
Right. That's all it takes.
And
that's all it takes.
Thank God I was raised by people who taught me that all attention ain't good attention. You don't want to live your life seeking validation, attention, clicks, views, likes from anybody. And of course, everybody has some little inkling, some little desire, no matter how small it is. Everybody has some type of desire to be liked, to be famous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, at least by like someone. Probably not millions of people, but to someone.
But someone. Yeah. Everybody wants to be that.
Right.
Everybody wants to be the center of attention in some type of capacity.
Right.
I don't crave it. I don't need to have it. But I'm not going to sit here and lie and be...
No, I was thinking, like, I looked at the camera kind of crazy, y'all. For the people that are just listening to the audio, the opposite. I don't crave... I'm not gonna say that. Come on.
Right, but everybody.
I don't
is
need
different.
to own the room.
Exactly. I don't have to be. But you do.
Let me stop lying.
Anyways, I don't have to be the loudest in the room. I don't have to be the most seen person in the room. But everybody wants to be seen.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
There's a difference. Yes.
Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants to have some type of crowd looking at them. It doesn't matter how you spin it. So
agreed.
A lot of people on social media, especially avid TikTok users like him, like lifestyle creators, a lot of them are creating a persona.
Right.
I think what this is a persona for him, for maybe what the lifestyle that he's trying to achieve, which is fine. If that's who you want to be in life, that's fine. That's cool. I don't think you have to lie about who you are, though, to have a genuine fan base.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Nobody will call you. We don't give a damn that you go to the gym and you take swims in the morning. Do what you have to do. Nobody gives a damn that you drink this fancy ass water. We don't care.
And dunk your face in it.
Like, nobody really cares about that. Like, at some point, when you get a certain amount of money, when you have a certain amount of access to things,
right,
you're gonna do things differently than what you did when you were broke or you didn't have the money that you have now.
Right.
Nobody is saying that you can't do these things. What we're saying is, let's just be a little more realistic about it. Let's be a little more down to earth about what you do. And of course, the people who are following him, who are really listening and watching what he does, these are the same people who have some type of insecurity in who they are.
Right. At least some of the time. I don't think that's true for everybody.
Right.
But I think he puts on like this whole like tough, like exterior, like alpha male type of thing.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, which isn't a bad thing. If that's your brand, that's your business, that's how you make your money, then go for it.
Go for it.
But like also the media and like people need somebody to make fun of.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I just hope that like he doesn't take it personally. Like, right. we all just here, you know what I'm saying? But I just thought it was really funny because that's been like the whole thing this week. Like, everybody who's anybody is making jokes about it.
Exactly.
They had a thing about March Madness and like the Duolingo bird, how like recreated it. I've even seen people that are in the same franchise that I work for, like recreate it and like do like some like nod to it on social media. So I just thought it was really funny. But I did do a quick Google search of him and two things that I found. So it says, first of all, it says, who is Ashton Hall's net worth? Huh? Anyway, y'all know what it says. But no, like, I'm not saying that it really says who is. But anyway.
Okay.
So apparently nobody knows really who he is because it says his net worth is anywhere between $300,000 and $1.7 million, which is a big gap. So apparently people don't know who he is anymore. That is an astronomically large gap.
Hold on.
So nobody knows what he does, or
so nobody knows who he is, what he does. And I'm so sorry. I'm not about to be doing all of that for a person who was only worth between 300,000 and 1 point something million.
I'm sure it's somewhere in between, but so it said that he's a former college football running back. So which I kind of figured, like he has like this like pit bull build. I don't know. Yeah, and he's like a fitness influencer, went absolutely viral on social media for one of his morning routines. So, because everybody thinks that he's sponsored by that water. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Saratoga, whatever it's called.
Saratoga.
Yeah. Never seen that in my life. I'm sure their sales are through the roof right now. They need to cut them a check.
Is eating this up. Saratoga is like, make more.
Right, no, for real. They need to cut them a check, for real.
Okay.
But yeah, because I was wondering, I was like, well, what does he do we got to at least get to 10 million.
Okay. We got to.
Are we talking $10 million, 10 million clients, 10 million engagements?
What do we have to get to,
I don't even think he was at work.
Baby, he was at that house.
No, I'm saying like when he was talking on the computer.
Was on the FaceTime.
Oh, okay.
With his bestie. I made that up.
I was gonna say, is that like the thing? Everybody's like, no, he was not. He was just talking to a black screen.
He could have been.
I think he got up on a Saturday morning and filmed it.
He said, y'all, let's get this done. And I'm sorry, I'm not about to be a nameless, faceless feature in your video doing stupid, serving you, doing your feet. And then you use that poor little lady talking about some, hola, gracias.
What? I mustn't see that one. The lady
at the pool, who she brought him in.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Sir, yeah. I'm begging you with everything I got in me not to piss me off. I'm actually sitting here on my knees begging you not to piss me off.
That's so funny. That's hilarious. It's just like, but props to him for making content like that, because when you do like a whole like daily routine, trust me, I've been down that route. It is a lot of work. So I'm glad he's getting the attention he deserves.
Yeah.
But because you have to like prop up cameras, and then you have to make sure everything looks right, and you really can't even like
you gotta
go throughout your day
exactly
because you worried about if the shot look right and if the you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know. Props to him though. Like I said, good for you, Ashley. Come on the pod. Let's talk business. Let's make at least 20 million. For the listener, she was mouthing, "Do not come here. Do not come to my studio." But yeah, anything else about Ashton? And plus, I don't like to attack people's looks, but he just looks silly. That's what's really taking me out.
You
to
look
me
goofy.
personally. To me personally.
Let's move on.
He's like, to me personally. But yeah, let's move on.
Let's move on,
okay. So next topic we have on our little cards here. Did you hear what Young Miami said?
Baby, I don't like to listen to her.
I caught a little like snippet of it. I just caught like what I wanted to discuss, and I felt like this could like lead into like a bigger conversation.
Okay.
With like dating and stuff like that. So she had said, don't know where. Once again, I'm an awful podcaster. Don't know what the context was, but she was saying, if I heard this correctly, she could have been misquoted. I swore I heard it come out of her mouth. But she has said that she gives her man X amount of times to cheat before she leave. I want to say she said like 5 or 6 times. So
5 or 6 is kind of crazy.
It was up there.
If you said 1, I was side eye and be like, okay, sure.
She give her man six chances to cheat. It's like a punch card.
Let me hear what you have to say.
I mean, what do I have to say? Let's get into it. Well, for me, I mean, personally, cheating is a no-go. That's a deal breaker. I don't care if it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, there's like levels to it or whatever. But I also do understand, like, say a married couple of like X amount of years, right? Sometimes people don't want to leave their spouse over a one night stand or an inappropriate comment because there's more history.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that does add a little bit of layers to it. I don't know Young Miami's men. I don't know how long they've been together, whatever. I think they do have a kid together though.
Yes.
So that adds a little bit of, layers too. I don't got no kids. So I don't really get that part, and just like being a mother and having, their dad around. I'll never understand any of that. But yeah, it's a deal breaker, but it's not as black and white as everybody wants to make it seem, because of course everybody's giving her shit about it. Like, oh, yeah, leave that man. It's not as simple as everybody makes it seem. We kind of touched on that last week. Like, it's not as easy and as cut and dry as people want it to be. It's a lot when you have a lot to say when it's about somebody else, but when it's your life,
when it's you,
right? Exactly. So I don't know. I'm not gonna go around and say it on social media either, or I'm not gonna give my partner, oh yeah, you have 5 times to cheat on me, and then I'm leaving. Like, no. It's not okay. I'm sorry. I've cut off people for less. So way less. Like, if you even given the implication that people can get with you if they wanted to, that's done deal for me.
Because what am I here for?
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. But I feel like that's a lot of people though. If I'm being honest, I feel like a lot of times, especially in our generation, because people are more fluid and out there, which is great, but cheating isn't a deal breaker for a lot of people. At least that's what I've seen. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just more old school, old fashioned, call it whatever, but I'm not opening nothing up. Threesome's not on my bucket list. So don't bring that around here. I'm so sorry. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you got.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, no, for me, here's the thing. I think that too many people have made cheating a normal up and down of a relationship. It is not.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It unfortunately is not a normal part of your relationship. And too many people have accepted the fact that they could possibly be cheated on, or, that their person is going to be cheated on, because a lot of people use that as, we have been through so many things and we're still here.
Right.
I want everyone to understand this and know this, and this is as serious as I can be. And this is addressing what she said, but I'm also going to address directly what she said. You are worth someone who does not entertain anybody.
Yep.
Who does not flirt with anybody else.
Yep.
Who does not have conversations that are leading people on with anyone else, which is also entertaining.
Right.
You deserve someone who is 100% for you.
No exceptions.
Cheating is not a normality in a relationship. It is not a normal up and down in a relationship. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
That is not something that is supposed to happen. It is not. If your partner cheats on you, they deserve to be left. You don't have to stick it out for this, that, and the third. You don't have to stick it out for your kids even. I know it is easier said than done.
Yep.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Because, and I'm not telling anybody who stays with somebody who cheats on them that they're a bad parent.
Yeah.
But it is okay to show your child that when someone betrays your trust, when someone lies to you, when someone betrays you as a person, when somebody steps out on that commitment, when you are 100% committed to that person, when someone steps out on that commitment to you, it is okay to show your child, leave.
Yep.
It is okay to tell them that it is all right to leave. You're not giving up on the relationship. You're not weak. You are strong because you left.
Yep. And a lot of people won't.
It's not you giving up. They gave up. When you decide that you are in a relationship with, I don't give a damn that y'all not married.
Right.
When you decide that it's you and this person in a relationship, to me that is saying, At some point in my life, I plan on spending the rest of my life with you.
Yes.
And it's not to say that it's going to happen, but once you decide that you are in a relationship with a person, that is a commitment.
Yep.
And once that person steps out on that commitment, it doesn't matter if they had sex with that person, entertaining that person, went out with that person. If they had to somewhat lie to you, manipulate you, deceive you about this one particular person, if this one particular person is so comfortable around them, you need to start asking yourself, why? And if you decide that I want to leave, you didn't give up on a relationship. You decided that I'm worth more. I deserve more. I deserve someone to be in my life, someone to be in a relationship with me, just me. And if they're not happy with me, then they can go on and have whoever the hell they want. It doesn't make you strong. It doesn't make you powerful to stay in that
stick
hurt.
It out. Yeah.
To stick it out. That's not what that is about. You giving more of your commitment than that person did does not make you strong. I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to call you weak, because if you stuck it out and you decided that it was worth it, then it's worth it. But if they decided that they don't love you enough, they don't care about you enough, that you are not worth it to them, that you don't mean enough to them for them to not cheat, to not text somebody back, to not flirt, to not comment on their post, to not like something, to not behave inappropriately with someone outside of their relationship, then it is okay for you to decide, I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
It is perfectly okay for you to decide. It doesn't matter how long you've been with that person. You could be with them for 30 years. They didn't care about that 30 years when they was doing what they was doing. So why should you when you decide to leave?
Yep.
They didn't care about y'all kids when they was doing what they was doing.
Yep.
So why should you decide, I want to stick it out for the kids? Bye. Leave them. And if your kids don't understand now, they will later. It is okay to not tell them. It is okay. It is okay not to tell anybody else why you left. You left because you had a valid reason to leave. If they wanted to keep you, they would have done everything in their power to keep you. They wouldn't have entertained that person. They wouldn't have slept with that person. They wouldn't have went out and met with that person. They wouldn't have had to lie. They wouldn't have had to deceive. They wouldn't have had to manipulate. They wouldn't have had to beg on their knees, because they would have done right by you. Plain and simple. Cheating is not normal.
Yeah, it's not just like a up and down.
It's not an up and down
that people make it seem.
And if you are married, that is not a part of the for better or for worse. In the Bible, if you cheat, boom, that's
out of there.
That's it. It's not a normal up and down. An up and down is, okay, we're growing apart right now, but we need to find our way back to each other.
Right, or dealing with stuff like that, like finances or difference of opinions, things like that. Those are common up and down. Yeah.
Cheating is not an up and down of a relationship. Cheating is someone deciding that you are not enough for them. Cheating is somebody deciding, I don't give a damn enough about you to not cheat on you. Cheating is somebody deciding, I don't care about this relationship. I'm going to go outside of that. It doesn't. If somebody loves you, it doesn't matter how much somebody is tempted. It doesn't matter how much somebody is flirted with. It doesn't matter. If I love a man, I don't care what man is trying to get with me. I don't want you, because I know what I got at the crib.
Right.
I know who's waiting on me. I know who got my back. I know who I want to be with. I know who I want to marry. I know who I want to spend the rest of my life with. It is not you. It is this man back home. You're not him.
Amen.
I don't have to give you a pass. You don't get a pass. That doesn't make me a good woman. That doesn't make me a good girlfriend. No, what it makes me is someone who is so afraid of losing somebody, someone who is so afraid of not having somebody, that I'm willing to accept disrespect. And guess what? I'm not. That's all I'm saying. Period. That's all I'm saying. Period. You don't get a pass.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
No passes over here, y'all.
No.
Which also, I don't want to make it seem like, I know we've already kind of talked about this, but we're not saying that if you stay with your partner after they cheat that you're a weak person or you're less than. That's something. If that's not a deal breaker to you, that's fine.
That's fine.
But also, you're tuning into our show with our opinions, and that's our opinion.
And that's our opinion.
So,
and there is somebody out there right now who is dealing with being cheated on.
Yeah.
And has people telling them, "Well, they just did it the one time." That
right.
One time is enough.
Yeah.
They betrayed you one time. That is enough. You don't have to feel like it is your obligation to keep this relationship together. There's two people in a relationship. And when one person decides, I don't care, man or woman, when one person decides that the relationship is not important enough to not cheat, it is okay for you to say forget it.
Period.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, let us know what y'all think about that. Is cheating a deal breaker for you? It should be. But let us know in the comments down below. Put your response in your what am I trying to say? Put your response in the comments or in our submission link. There we go. My brain was fogged. All right, so now we're getting into question of the week.
Question of the week. Boom, question boom. Of the week.
Period. I like that. Okay. So, what was this week's question? The hardest lesson you had to learn. Yo, I came up with it and I forgot it. Once these cameras turn on, these lights and everything's out the window.
Yep.
And I go back and watch it and I'm like, why the hell would I say that?
What?
Why do I? Please.
Now who did that?
But anyway, so, so this, week's question was, what's the hardest lesson you've had to learn? If you don't know, we put our questions of the week on our Instagram page. So every Thursday we'll put it on there. Me and Zaria also reposted to our personal Instagram. If you want to partake in, we won't have one for next week, but for the following week, go ahead and put your answers in there. So all right. So the first response, got a lot of responses this time, guys. Keep putting them responses in the box below. I think this is actually. Oh, this is mine. Right. So the first response, my answer to this question was that family is who you make it. Like sometimes blood always doesn't make you family. In my eyes, blood and genes and DNA makes you related. But doesn't make you family sometimes. And that's a lesson that I had to learn when I was very young. But that was a hard pill for me to swallow, to be like, oh, you don't mess with me. You ain't down for me like you should be. But right, you gotta bye-bye. Waving at the cameras once again for the audio listeners. I keep saying that because when I go back and listen to like make sure everything sounds right, I'm like, what is happening here? And then I go to the video, so I forget some people don't watch us. Right. You should be. YouTube's free and we're very pretty people, but got sidetracked. But anyway, that was the answer. That was my answer to the question. That family ain't always family for real. And it's who you make it, who you surround yourself with, and who is going to love you unconditionally and would take a bullet for you.
Yeah, who you choose and who chooses you. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And don't let anybody make you feel bad about that either. Like there's some people like, oh my God, I just saw the saddest TikTok I remember back during Thanksgiving time. A kid, I think he was maybe like 16, 17, got kicked out of his home for his sexuality. And his like adoptive family, which is his best friend's family, he lives with them now and they spend like all the holidays and stuff together. So, and he was like, I'd rather be here than in a home that they, you know what I'm saying?
Where
like
that
doesn't love me.
In, exactly. And they don't accept me. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's really it.
Yeah.
Family's what you make it. Family is what you make it. That can be friends, co-workers,
anybody,
whoever makes you feel comfortable and secure with yourself. So yeah. Which one did you put, Zaria?
I put everybody ain't your friend.
There we go.
That was it's hard for people.
You
to
keep
learn.
Drifting away from the mic.
I'm sorry. Everybody ain't.
They're gonna hear it.
It's because I'm yelling. I'm sorry. It's because I'm yelling and I'm trying not to yell in the mic because I know people listen with their AirPods. But no, everybody is not your friend.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You can't confide in everybody. It doesn't matter how nice they were to you. It doesn't matter how much they seem to care. Everybody is not your friend. And some people can be wolves in sheep's clothing for a very long time. I've had to learn that lesson the hard way on multiple occasions. Yeah. And it's like, okay, what's wrong with me? Why do I keep trusting these people? And it's not. And I'm saying, don't give up on having friends, but don't trust everybody. Everybody is not your friend.
Right.
You tell people something and they're just waiting.
Right.
They're waiting on the moment to use that against you. They're waiting on the moment to bring it up. They're waiting on the moment to throw that in your face. They are. So you really have to sit with yourself and don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable too fast. You have to really sit with yourself and sit with them. Hang out with them a few times. Talk to them a little bit. Get to know what their morals, their values, right. how they really, really think before you decide to call them a friend. Because everybody really ain't your friend. And see how they act with their previous friends. See how they are with their previous friends. See what happened when that fallout happened.
Yeah.
If they done fell out with damn near every single friend they done had, baby.
Yeah. Wish I would have learned that lesson with somebody. But
okay.
Don't want to get too messy.
Don't want to get too messy.
But yeah,
here.
that's a good point. And it's also like, don't blame yourself if like someone does like backstab you or you tell somebody too much information.
Yes.
Because not everybody's a bad person. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are, unfortunately.
It has happened to me. Some information that I used, they smacked it, flipped it, rubbed it down, twisted it, and made it into something that it completely wasn't, spread it around, and made it into a complete and total lie that was disastrous to me. Well, I mean, it didn't turn into disaster, but to me, I was like, that could have been horrible. And if I see her today.
Oh, God.
But anyways.
But yeah,
everybody is not your friend. Yeah.
Yeah, don't feel bad because you trying to be a good person and like confiding in somebody that you think that's going to be in confidence, it's not your fault that they, you know, twist it or turn it or use it against you. So don't blame yourself. It's their fault.
It's their
Don't be
fault.
Embarrassed. They're the ones that should be embarrassed. They are the ones. They're ashamed.
And a friend to all is a friend to none. Remember that.
Oh, yes. That's a good quote.
A friend to all is a friend to none.
Yep.
So somebody who is cool with somebody that you know did you dirty, that's not your friend, beloved. Not your friend. You cool with them. They ain't your friend. Moving on.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. So this one's a good one too. And I've heard this quote a while back too. This one says, sometimes there is no second chance.
There ain't. I love that one because there's not. Sometimes. That's it.
Yeah. And I don't know, like with just like in my life per se, right? With like friendships and stuff like that like looking on the other side of that, sometimes when I read that, I was like, I need to stop giving people more chances.
Well, yes.
And so when I read that, I was like, okay. Yeah, some people just don't deserve second chances.
Yeah.
And that can be like with like business opportunities or anything. Like sometimes you just don't get a second chance. And sometimes that is harsh.
When someone shows you who they are, believe them.
Yeah, and that part. And also like growing up, I feel like when we were like in school and, you know, stuff like that, everybody, or like watching the Disney Channel, you know, or Nickelodeon, people would always be like, well, there's always a chance to make things better. And like, if you just apologize, everything is forgiven. And then as adults, people don't play that.
That's not true.
Or when the universe just doesn't align with what you want it to, everybody is like, well, crap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you don't get that second chance. And that is hard to sit with.
And it's like, and not only, you know, you don't have to give everybody another chance. Maybe you're not always worthy of a second chance yourself.
Right.
Nobody owes you a second chance. If you mess up, you mess up. And if somebody decides that, oh, I don't want to deal with that, you have to yourself be like, okay. You know, you have to be able to take that type of accountability.
And make peace with it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I messed up. However they decide to move forward, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a family member, however they decide to proceed with your mess up, with your misbehavior, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what I get it. Yeah. That's why I like that one.
It's a real thing. It's harsh, but it's real.
Yeah. It's something that I haven't, you know, even thought about. Like, it's like, how do you like even like deal with it? Like, well, crap, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good one. So this one, it says people are always going to do what you let them do, and it's up to you to set clear boundaries. That one kind of honestly speaks for itself. Don't let people walk all over you. Don't let people do what they want to do to you. If something hurts you, let them know. If something upsets you or something makes you happy, let them know. Be like, this is not okay. I am upset that you did this. I don't want this to happen again. And then depending on how they move from there, that's when you can see if they deserve a second chance.
Exactly. People, I'm sorry. People, for me, I'm a non-confrontational person, I think, unless I just absolutely have to be. But there have often been times where someone has done something that I know I said I didn't like, and I just like kind of let it go because I didn't want to deal with the argument of it. But then I was like, no, if I know that I said that I didn't like this and you did it anyways, knowing that I didn't like this, it's up to me to be like, because if I don't say nothing now, it's gonna happen again. If I don't say something the second time, it's gonna happen
they're gonna
again.
Get comfortable.
And then on that fourth time, they're gonna be like, well, you never said, and then it's
right. Why are you blowing up over something so small? I used to get that all the time.
Yeah, and it's like, no, if it's big to you, it's big.
Yep.
If it's big to you, it's big. Now, I do have my opinions on, some of these things.
Right.
But for the most part, if it's something that you yourself like, I really just don't like when people do that to me. Like me, I'm big on communication. If you have something going on, tell me before I.
Right.
I'm very much a routine person. Everything is by routine.
Yep.
So if I know that me and you are going to be talking at this point, we do this every single day, and all of a sudden, hold on, what are you doing?
Yep.
And it's not like I'm not crazy about it. Like I'm not like, what are you doing? Like, no, but if you,
who you texting?
Right. But if it's like, if I know we talk at 7 p.m. every day, and then you don't hit me up to 1 a.m., what are you doing? What were you doing between 7 and 1?
Yeah.
And you couldn't tell me. I don't make a big deal out of nothing. But this is me giving an example. That's one of my boundaries, communication. You got one time, and I'm gonna tell you, I said I'm not big. I said I'm very big on communication.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I feel like you're not doing that, I will say I don't like repeating myself. And eventually I won't.
Period. Going back to a point you said about the non-confrontational thing, mm-hmm. right? So, y'all, I'm sorry, I'm going through puberty. I'm like a 13-year-old boy. This kind of goes into the last answer, too, which not everything or everyone deserves a response. Mm-hmm. And don't feel like just because, like, if you're, like, more Zaria's personality to kind of, like, reserved, mm-hmm. Not as confrontational. See me, I'm the exact opposite.
He thrives off confrontation.
Trying to get better at it. But that's why it kind of goes into this one. So it's a great segue. You don't have to cuss somebody out.
No.
Or you don't have to argue. You can just say, look, you can sit down, FaceTime, text message, whatever, and be like, look, this is what happened. I don't like the way you treated me. Mm-hmm. That can be it. You don't owe them a background mm-hmm. or have to tell them your whole life story about why this triggers you or makes mm-hmm. you upset or whatever. That can literally be it. Yeah. And if they respect you and value you not only as a friend but as a person, they should be like, okay, I get that. It won't happen again. Mm-hmm. And that can be it. There doesn't need to be a fight. There doesn't need to be a fallout, mm-hmm. no argument. That literally needs to be it. Yeah. And if there is, just walk away.
Yeah. And a lot of times, some people will do things to try to get a reaction out of you. You don't have to respond all the time. You know what works really well for me? That block button is quick. That block button does what?
I do love the block button. I go on the Block Olympics at least twice a year.
And a lot of people say, people deserve an explanation. No, they don't.
They don't.
A lot of people do things on purpose.
Yep.
They know for a fact that you don't like this thing. I don't have to respond to that. We ain't got to get into it over that. I said what I said. I've been said this. I already established that. Now, if it was something that came up and something that happened and I never expressed that I didn't like that because I'd never been through it, but then it happened, and I was like, I don't like the way that made me feel.
Right.
So let's talk about it. But if it's something that I clearly stated, and I know for a fact that you did that on purpose, let me tell you something. Click, boom. Or if it's something that made me uncomfortable, or if you just being antagonistic on purpose,
yeah.
A lot of things aren't worth losing sleep over. No.
We're too old.
A lot of things don't deserve your energy, your attention, because a lot of people are trying to throw you out of what you are doing.
That's what I'm trying to tell one of my good friends now. If you're listening to this, you know who you are. Let me get closer to the mic to you. I'm staring dead at you in the camera lens. Ooh. You know who you are. Mm-hmm. Stop giving that man the time of day, girl.
Now. Right now. Because now it didn't click. I mean it right now, for real. I mean it today.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Damn, I had a really good point. Oh, back to the confrontational thing. And not everything needs a reaction. So with me and my personality, right? I I feel like when I was younger, so like middle school, like early high school years, I let a lot of people run over me. I didn't really defend myself as much as I feel like I should have. So now, like when I was like in high school, when I met this beautiful lady sitting across from me, that's part of the reason why I came into Northeast Magnet so hot, because I felt like I didn't feel like anything. I was overcompensating for what I didn't do for little me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what my therapist told me. So when little things happen, or when people are picking and picking and picking, that's when I overcompensate and do too much too quickly. I go from 1 to 10. I don't go from 1 to 5. I only go from 1 to 10. So not now, because I'm a changed person. But yeah. So that. A great point. Not everything needs to be this whole hoopla. Hoopla sounds like a lot of hoopla. Sounds like a lot of
hoopla. But on the flip side of this, on the flip side of that, I will say it is okay if you want to be a little confrontational too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is okay.
Sometimes I think it's unavoidable.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. Because a lot of people be like, I see a lot of times where somebody is getting like ridiculously disrespected, like fingers pointed, and people are like, "Oh, you handled that with grace. You were so calm." You don't have to be.
Yeah.
And really, I'm talking to my people. My people.
No, for real.
We don't have to give everybody grace.
Yeah.
We don't have to be gracious and classy all the goddamn time.
Right.
Somebody doing all of this and rah-rah and talking out the side of their goddamn neck. I'm here to tell you today. It is okay to meet them where they at.
Exactly.
It is okay to meet, because oftentimes they like to flip it on us. A lot of people don't say nothing about the cause. They want to say something about the reaction, the effect. Especially when it's us. Especially when we decide, I'm a turn up.
Yeah.
Oh, they handled that completely wrong. That's what they wanted them. They fed into it. Yeah, I certainly did. Because you're not about to do all of that.
Right.
So there are
comes
certain
to a point.
Exactly. So there are certain times if you want to turn up,
baby,
turn
up. Turn it all the way up.
Turn it up to 100.
I'm the king of giving people what they want.
Okay, because if you want a show, baby, I can put one on.
Right.
You just use your discernment. Use your judgment. Okay.
Right.
When is it the right time? But my people. If they want to call you the angry black man, the angry black woman, so what?
Because they gonna talk about you and call you that anyway.
If they poking and prodding and they waiting, give it to them.
Yep.
Let them have
Mine as well.
They think you're that anyway.
Exactly.
Let them have it.
Exactly.
I don't give a damn what they think about me no more. They don't like me anyway.
Yep. And you know who you are.
You know who you are.
You go home with yourself.
Exactly. You know who you are. You don't like me. It didn't matter what I did. If I sat there in silence, I was a weak punk. If I turned up, I was an angry black woman. Bet.
Yep. Can't win for losing.
Bet.
What Beyonce say? What's worse, looking jealous or crazy?
Looking jealous or crazy. And baby, I'm telling you right now, I could do either one.
I'd rather be crazy. Well, I guess that's where we will end off. We are filming another episode right after this one. So next week's episode, you will see us in the exact same clothing.
Well, yes.
In the exact same nasally voice.
Well, yes.
Any last comments, Aria, before we end this one off?
That's it.
We had some good conversations today. We got up to an hour. We can talk for
we are certified yapper.
Yes, and the question of the week really got us there too. That was a good one. Go me, but
okay. Starring London Tipton.
But yay me. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.